Good morning. My name is Kelly Gager with Life is a Process. I'm here today to share something that I'm kind of struggling with and how a process can help. Today I want to do a preview of feeling resistance and feeling kind of stuck. So what I'm going to do is go through how a process would work with a normal client or individual, and I'm just going to kind of talk my way through and explain to you how it would actually work as we kind of move along. And if you have any questions, please comment below, okay? Again, my name is Kelly, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a project of feeling stuck and kind of afraid of putting myself out there. Feeling a lot of resistance. So what I'm going to do is when you are on a phone call with me or we're doing it over a video chat, we are going to put our circuits in. This is going to kind of help our body and our chakras kind of open up to help us communicate. So I'm right-handed, so I'm going to put my left hand on my tummy, one finger over my mouth, one finger underneath my mouth, and we're going to rotate. I know this is kind of funny, but it's getting my communication kind of like situated. I'm going to go down to my clavicle. I'm going to rotate here. Kind of, I feel like just warming up my body. There's more technical terms to it, but we're going to do a process. And then I'm going to go down to my root, and I'm going to go ahead and do my root chakra to kind of help ground me. And I feel like this is just kind of getting my body open and ready to connect with my inner child, my inner self, anything that I am looking to kind of help support myself today. So again, my project is feeling stuck, afraid of putting myself out there, and feeling a lot of resistance. And it's fear. This is fear-based, which, if you guys know fear, it's false evidence appearing real. But you know what? It feels real to me, and sometimes our body reacts more by the emotion, not so much the realization of it. So with the project, I'm going to ask for the age of decision. And how we do that with processing is we could do where it's muscle therapy. So I like to do it this way here, but there's many different type of ways. If you ever look on YouTube of how to test your body of like different things that you need or whatever. If you have a question, you could be like, oh, am I holding strong? Am I holding weak? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and ask the age of decision that will best support me today. It may be current or it might be going down to my childhood. So again, my mind's just not there yet. I'm going to try to connect with the younger person or the Kelly that needs to help support this. So my age of decision, I'm 43, and I'm going to go backwards. So I got 43, am I holding strong? Is this where I'm at? No. So I'm going to go 43, 40, 30. So I knew kind of because I'm just jumping 39, 28, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. So I'm going to age 26. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over these emotional points to kind of touch and open up where I was at 26. So fear, frustration, overwhelmment, confusion, suppressed anger, self-image, envy, jealousy, resentment, control, need for approval, judgment, guilt, shame, sadness, despair, out of control, and burden. Okay? So all those are kind of holding strong that I might not have to touch base, but I'm at the right age right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go back over the emotion points and see where it's going to come up first for me. So fear, frustration, overwhelmment. So overwhelmment's the first one. And it's really funny because right now I feel like with energy, I feel heavy on my chest, okay? And I'm going to think back about where I was at the age of 26. I might get a little emotional here because I can already feel it was when I was going to become a single mom. So I'm just going to take that feeling right now because I don't want to lose track of being embarrassed or crying or getting upset. But it was the fear of moving out on my own. Having to raise 3 children alone. And then my ex kind of put in my head that who's going to want you with 3 kids? You're so messed up. And I knew that wasn't true, but being in that kind of relationship, you believe stuff, and I was young. So anyways, I'm going to take all that overwhelming and that heaviness and that belief of just, who's going to want me because I'm messed up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take a deep breath, and I want to put it into what they call, a shape and a color. This is kind of like doing chakra work, where you're just taking it out of your body, you're releasing it. And so I'm going to kind of just put it as a rain cloud. Just going to draw it out. It's how I like to do it. Even when my clients, mention that they have something that they want, I try to draw it out. Just kind of like it's because this is my inner self wanting to heal, and I love drawing. But I do feel like there's a little bit of storm, and I'm going to say it's blue and black, kind of like a bruise, right? But so just to kind of show you what I'm doing, I'm taking my own notes, and then I'm doing shapes and colors. So I'm going to go ahead and test for the next one. I got fear, frustration, overwhelming, confusion, suppressed anger, self-image, envy, jealousy. All right, so jealousy is coming up. It was the other girl that kind of broke up the home. I know it was him, but the jealousy is why was I not good enough? Kind of what does she have that I didn't? And the worst part is someone else raising my kids, right? So I'm going to take all that jealousy that I'm feeling, and I'm going to go ahead and put that into a shape and a color. This is real heavy up here on my chest, but I promise you, like when we do this, we are digging deep, but you feel so much better in the very end. Kind of feeling like the eternity sign. I don't know why. And then let's put that in a shape. I got the shape, and then let's put it in a color. I'm just going to put black because it kind of feels deep. Actually, it feels more like a rope, not so much eternity, but I drew it into the eternity sign. So usually when there's a rope, it might be generational. I'm holding strong that it is, my body's talking to me. So, and I always help my clients with this too. As we work through, they don't know exactly what's going, but I've had 4 years of experience of doing this, and I want to launch this. I love this. I know how it makes me feel to not only help others, but to get out of your own head. So the generational pattern is jealousy. Because my mom, unfortunately, she raised us as a single mom too. So I'm going to pretend that rope, I'm going to pull it all out. I'm going to test how many generations, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to look at it for being a long rope. I'm going to just think of myself pulling it out and pulling that energy out, that this is no longer serving me, my family. I don't want my kids to be in this situation. So if I could break this and be a chain breaker today, I'm going to work on it. So I'm thinking of myself pulling this out, still feeling heavy. Pulling it out. It's getting pretty dark, this circle, but like I said, I'm just winding it up almost like a hose. I won't even put a hole in the paper. This is heavy, but I'm doing it. I feel like I'm holding strong that I got enough, so I did. I kind of ripped a hole in the paper, as you can see. Not a big deal, but that's just what it is. I kept doing circles. So that's my energy of where I feel like I pulled out that rope out of me, and that, energetically. And then I want to light it on fire because I just want to, in my mind, release this completely. I don't want any residue or anything. I just want to take a couple of minutes and just envision this rope, this generational pattern of jealousy is just going to it's kind of like, I want to put gasoline on it too to kind of really make it ignite and just burn. And I'm going to let it burn until I don't see any like smoke. I don't want to see any more ashes. I don't want anything. I want it just to be gone. So I'm going to give myself a second. If you could bear with me. I kind of feel like bubbling in here. When you feel emotions, it's kind of like that pivot if you got pulled over by a cop. It's just kind of like the same emotion, like our body holds energy, But I want this one to just disappear. And I think the bubbling is kind of like the crackling is what I kind of am putting it to. I'm seeing smoke, like it's getting where it's not burning as heavy. I feel like my chest is a lot lighter. I still feel like there's coals on the ground, so I'm just letting that dissipate and kind of just diminish completely. My deep breaths are kind of just helping me release, and I'm kind of feeling at this point I am releasing like the ashes and the hotness, and there's no more crackling. My chest feels lighter. Kind of feel like it's a warm, which is good. It's a lot better. It feels more comforting than the weight on my chest. So now I'm going to go to the next emotion point. So I got fear, frustration, overwhelming confusion, suppressing or self-image, envy, jealousy, resentment, control, need for approval, judgment, guilt. Guilt is just feeling like maybe I didn't do the right part, or I guess I didn't do enough. The guilt of feeling like I was the problem. Is there anything else? So I'm going to go ahead and take all that guilt that I'm feeling, and I'm going to put that into a shape and a color. I just kind of feel like it's a pile of rocks. So I'm just going to draw a few rocks, just kind of in a pile. I'm going to say they're gray. Any other color? No. So then let's go on to the next emotion point. Fear, frustration, overwhelming, confusion, suppressing or self-image, envy, jealousy, resentment, control, need for approval, judgment, guilt, shame, sadness, despair. Despair, when I'm saying that right now, I really feel like it's hopeless. So I'm going to be pulling despair, hopeless, not a chance, wasted energy. Is there anything else that comes to mind? Okay, so I kind of tested myself. No, it's not. So I'm going to go ahead and take the feelings of despair, hopelessness, wasted energy, and not having a chance. And I'm going to go ahead and put that into a shape and a color. I'm going to put in a big question mark. It's the first thing that comes to my mind. I'm just going to put black. So again, here's my note, and that's kind of what I'm doing. So I'm going to go through emotions and points again. Fear, frustration, overwhelming, confusion, suppressing or self-image, envy, jealousy, resentment, control, need for approval, judgment, guilt, shame, sadness, despair, out of control, burden. So I'm holding strong. I got all my things. But I know one that is always the root of everything is anger, okay? And these are usually where people kind of get a little tripped up, because some people don't want to be angry. And I remember in the beginning when I wanted to show anger, I kind of held myself back. But when we hold ourselves back, we're just stuffing emotions down, And so we always kind of say, like, put that other person in that white light, and you want to visually see them, and they're just quiet, but they're hearing you. And it's just an energetic shift. It's not necessarily like we're going to beat them up if we, in real life or whatever, but at times we may feel like that, because you're just like, why can't this work out? So I'm going to take an anger and just, this is a little bit heavy too. So the anger is why was I not good enough? Why did he lie and cheat? It was more hurtful, his lying and cheating, versus just telling me he wasn't happy. Okay, I feel like that's just being kind of nice, but this is going to be like my first interaction with him. And then my second one is going to be a little bit more intense to me. I feel like I have like that punching bag feeling, so I feel like I'm just going to be punching and hitting him like, why did you do this? I deserve better. The kids deserve better. You wrecked our home. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit of a secret. This has been a big part of my learning and processing, because I was stuck in moving on. Even though I had a husband, we added 2 more kids, so I have a family of 5. I literally, like, at some points was fixated on everything he did or his new wife or whatever else, because it was kind of like I was just so angry, and I had to learn to stop being angry. Kitty cat. I had to learn to stop being angry. So this isn't going to affect me like it would when somebody's like opening the can of worms, you know. But I do feel like I'm punching on him, kind of like how the belief is that I wasn't good enough, or who's going to want you with 3 kids, you know. That was something that I really did believe for a while until I met my husband. Anyways, long story short, like, it takes a while to pull those layers. We kind of say it's either like an onion or it's a can of worms that you could take out a few worms, but there's a hell of a lot more in there, you know. So is there more anger? I'm holding strong. There's more anger. So, you know, the funny part is I feel like lighting the house that we lived in on fire. Kind of closing my chapter. Again, I'm not an arsonist. It's just where my energy is going. It's cleansing. Fires are very cleansing. So to me, I kind of am just drawing a house here. And I'm going to just put flames, and I'm going to let it burn just like that generational rope. I'm going to just let this sucker get rid of it. And this is going to help me move past of holding on to any memories or where it's just holding that energy that's no longer serving me for my best and highest good. So I'm scribbling. But this to me is my fire burning this 2-story house down. Still blowing it out because, again, it's kind of like there's heat, you know. It's warm and it's good. It's a good comfort feeling. It's just like if we are by a fire, sometimes you're too close, sometimes you're too far. Right now, I'm just letting it ignite. And that's kind of, I guess, where my anger is going towards. So am I holding strong that I got my anger out? Yes. So, again, my fire destroyed my house. You know, it's no longer there. So going on to the next emotion point. So I got fear, frustration, overwhelming, confusion, suppressed anger, self-image, envy, jealousy, resentment, control, need for approval, judgment, guilt, shame, sadness, despair, out of control, burden. And so I'm holding strong on all my emotion points that I needed to release today. I don't really feel like anything else is coming up, but there's like a decision that I believed, right? And so there's a belief. And when I talked about earlier, there's a belief that I'm not good enough. The fear of putting myself out there. Is there anything else? Okay, I muscle tested, there's nothing else, but that is a deep decision and belief. So to me, I feel like a lot of that, if I had to picture it, it's in my mind and in my heart. So what I feel like the next step and how I would be helping you throughout this process is like, where does that belief, you know, where is it like located? And right now I feel like I need to take that seed out that I'm not good enough. Who's going to want you with 3 kids? I know me stepping out with my business and doing this isn't the exact same thing, but it holds the same value of energy of just not feeling good enough. So I'm going to go in, and that one I feel like is a deep seed into my heart. So I'm going to kind of picture it as a seed in my heart, and I'm going to just kind of do some gardening. I'm going to just envision my heart here, and I feel like it's already broken open because that's what happened during that time. You know, it was a broken heart or whatever else, but I planted that seed because I let his words intrude into my mind and into my heart, and it grew, you know what I mean? And so I feel like this is a big root that I just need to pull out. The seed, I know the root comes with the seed too, but you know what I mean? I just want to make sure that my heart's clean. So I feel like there's soil, but it's dirty. I want to clean it out and put a new fresh soil. Like if we're redoing a garden that's just been sitting for forever and it has a little bit of mold and stuff, I want to cleanse this. So I'm going to just empty it out. I'm going to pull my heart over like a garbage can and just empty it all out. I pulled the root out already. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put a new, fresh soil in there. I'm going to compact it. I'm feeling like I want to plant a bamboo. And just, you know, not only just for wealth, but just like to flourish and just to feel I don't know, bamboos are cool. I love pandas, so that's just kind of what I'm envisioning of what I want to put in there. So I'm seeing it just as a little bamboo stick, but I'm seeing that stem kind of just, I'm allowing it to grow a little bit, and I'm seeing leaves come off it. And it's funny because the other day me and my husband went into Fry's, and they had like a bamboo that kind of went in a twist. Really cool looking, and I wanted to get it, but I didn't want to spend the money, so I might have to go treat myself after this. Because I'm doing some work. And as my bamboo's kind of growing, I feel like my heart's connecting, and I'm feeling full. I feel like it's kind of like mending, almost like it's being sewed, but it just feels like a fresh. Now I feel like a kind of like a minty, like fresh breath kind of thing. So, am I holding strong? Yes. Is there still a belief? The belief is also that I'm not good enough. And that one is in my mind. I know that one is my mind. To me, you know how you talk about a little devil on your shoulder and your little angel? I always felt like I didn't really have that angel. It was more this devil. And he has always been my worst enemy. To me, I felt like it was more of like, it was self-sabotage, but at the time I always thought when I listened to him, I'm better than that. But oh my God, some of the shit that I would tell myself just throughout my whole life, like I would never tell my best friend. So why in the fuck am I telling myself this? You know, it's like we don't understand like how when our minds work and whatnot, you know? So I want to go into my mind, and I kind of feel like there's slime in my brain right now. So I'm going to just close my eyes again. Guys, this is a lot of emotional work, and this is just a lot of releasing energy, and the slime is kind of sticky. I know it's generational too, and unfortunately, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. You know, when you are raised by a single mom that doesn't feel good enough, you're kind of like not knowing the tools of how to feel good enough. My mom, I love her. She is one of the best people in my life. She doesn't know her worth. I've tried working with her on this, and she just, at some sense, she's resistant, but at one day, I think it's because I'm her daughter, honestly, that she doesn't want to hurt my feelings because of my dad, and it's not all my dad's fault. It's just not knowing, having the tools to release it and let it go. So I'm going off tangent, but this green slime, it's a generational, like I feel like it's Slimer in my head right now. So actually it's kind of funny saying that. I'm going to let Slimer fly out of my head and just go to the universe. I don't need him. I don't need the belief. I don't need the bullshit. You know I'm good enough. Like I am working hard. I'm a good mom. I'm a good wife. You know, my heart's, I feel is gold. You know what I mean? Like I have literally switched over so much to just help heal myself that I feel like I'm a white light. But things still get in my way because they're false beliefs, and it just is not serving me for my highest good. So I'm going to kind of draw ugly Slimer, and I sent him to the universe, and he's gone. He's just, am I holding strong? He's gone. I don't need that slime anymore. And with it being sticky, that was generational. So, and I could go how much generations was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So was that the same as the rope? Yes, it was the same. 5 years or 5 generations. All right, so let me check out again. I'm going to go back over. I know where I held it. I know, okay, so like with the belief that I'm not good enough, what does that help me? You know, how does that benefit me? Not good enough. I kind of just hide and mind my own business. I kind of feel like disconnection from my true self, kind of like the hiding. She disconnected at that time. So, but there's been time that I had to reconnect with that 26-year-old and like bring her out of the closet. But this one's, it's not holding strong. So I do. I hide. I mind my own business. I feel disconnected, and I'm to myself. It's like I'm a family person. You know, I just stick to my family. So now, what's the payoff? I'm safe, right? So is there any other payoff? No. And what is it costing me? Honestly, it's costing me business, making friends, helping others, relationships. Anything else? All right. So my belief of not being good enough and holding myself back and hiding, being disconnected and not kind of just being like my own family, like what my unit is here. Like if I'm not going and visiting people or if I'm not staying in touch, I think of people a lot, but I don't follow through. And it's not because I don't love them or I'm not energetically connected. I know that it's just me hiding myself because this kind of has been on me right now. This has been a belief that I've been promoting myself and I pull myself back. And then I put myself out there again and I pull myself back because I'm like, I'm not ready. It's going to be time. When's the time? But you know what? It's all that fear-based. It's all that bullshit that it's just, I am good enough because I went to school for this. I got certified. I do this all the time. I've been doing this for 4 years, whether it's on myself, my closest friends, you know, on my kids. I mean, I feel like I'm a chain breaker, but the worst part is that belief right here is where I'm out of my realm right now doing this video with you guys, but I need to get past this hump. I can't keep doing this. This is not serving me, and it's not going to help me for what I want to accomplish. And this isn't even about money. This is about healing and being that white light, because I have a child that she's old, you know, my oldest daughter, and, you know, she suffers with like depression and this kind of stuff. And part of me, I feel like there was a chip off my old block, but, you know, it's just, she knows how to do this. She could do this without me, you know what I mean? But she's helped, you know, me with a lot of stuff, but it's healing all this stuff. I mean, this garbage. And I'm not going against doctors or whatnot, but sometimes that medication, it just masks. It's masking what you're feeling. Same thing with alcohol or whatever else. Like, when I'm getting to this root of that not feeling good enough in my heart or the slime in my brain, it's really releasing what's not serving me for my best and highest good. I hope that you guys kind of understand. I'm not coming from a craziness. It's just energy. Like they're thoughts. It's an emotion, but it's not. Honestly, like it's not legitimate anymore. You know. So after today, hopefully this will not have to come up. I could feel like it's holding strong that I'm gonna be good. You know. So, like I said, I'm seeing beyond this illusion. This is not working for me. It really is not. I mean, I am good enough. I'm just as good as anybody else. You know, we all have that skin. We all have a heart. We all have a pulse. We have, you know, it doesn't matter what color, it doesn't matter what shape, it doesn't matter whatever, you know, I mean, male, female, whatever. You know, God created all of us. Animals, you know what I mean? They have emotions too in a heart, and, you know, but they make us feel good. And it's like, why can't we do that to each other? So that's what I'm here for. So beyond this illusion, can I see past it? Yes, this is bullshit. So yes, I can see beyond this. The next thing is I'm going to do a clearing. I'm going to go over my notes of just things that I brought up today. And if you could just bear with me, and even hopefully I'm feeling that if energetically that maybe someone else that might be struggling with the same issue, clear this with you, you know, I mean, just hear it like how you hear like the other people on TikTok with the energy to make you rich, or listen to this sound or something to help with like that white noise, or I don't know. I watch that stuff. But anyways, so let's go. So I'm going to go ahead and start. So I clear the negative energies, the family patterns and tradition. I clear feeling stuck, feeling afraid of putting myself out there. I clear feeling resistance, and I clear fear. I clear overwhelmment, the heaviness on my chest, fear of moving out of my own comfort zone. I clear jealousy, because I get jealous sometimes too, of like, why is everybody else so able to put themselves out there, and it just comes naturally, even the talking, you know. I clear why was I not good enough, and then having the jealousy of someone else raising my kids. I clear guilt, not feeling that I did enough or that I was the problem. I clear despair, feeling hopelessness and having wasted energy and not feeling that there was a chance. I clear anger. I clear cheating energy. I clear lying and cheating. Going through my notes. I clear wrecking the home. I clear the belief that I'm not good enough, and the fear of putting myself out there. I might be repeating, but I'm just going through because it keeps coming through. I clear the belief that, again, I'm not good enough. I clear hiding energy, feeling disconnection, just always minding my own business. I clear holding myself back, right? Is there anything else? All right, so I'm going to cast this all to the sun to be repolarized in a positive energy. Do I need to do the color chart? No. I cast this all to the sun to be repolarized in a positive energy, and I replace it with a willingness to see. I am good enough. All right, that was my deep seed. I am not stuck. I can move forward. I can put myself out there. I am safe. I'm supported. I am loved. I am valued. Is there anything else? And I'm just going to say the universe supports me. And we'll put like minds in touch if they want to heal. If or when they're ready to heal. I'm going to draw a heart with love. Because this is all it's about. It's love. Loving yourself and feeling good enough. Knowing that I'm not stuck. Knowing that I can move forward. Knowing that I can put myself out there, and here I am today, guys. So if you are sticking through this video and if it's resonating with you, like I said, I will still keep putting myself out there because this is the only way I feel. I don't necessarily want to put clients out there because, again, this is very confidential, and I know what it's done for me, so that's why I'm willing to share it. And I might do a couple with my kids. I will ask them if they're good with it, and it's color therapy with them, but it still just gives you the technique of it. Even as funny as this is, I do this with my animals. Everything holds emotion, so, you know, that's just kind of where we're at. So because I already, casted this all to the sun, and it's been repolarized, I replaced it with the positive. I'm going to invite a higher power. This could be like your grandmother. This could be God. It could be your angels. It could be anything. So I'm just going to kind of let's see who I want to bring in. It's kind of funny because I first thought it was going to be angels and it held strong. And then I thought God, that held strong. And then I'm feeling more angels. And then my grandmother's there too. Feels really good, but she's just giving me like a big heart that just, it feels like everything's gonna be okay. My grandma's the one that gave it to me. And I'm just accepting it, but it feels really good. I don't know if you guys believe, but I really believe that our loved ones are around us. It's kind of like they're a phone call away, but like when you open up your higher self, it like, you're connected with them for sure. So I just kind of felt like I took that heart and it just gives more love, like it's the water that I'm pouring into my garden. So that's kind of just what I had envisioned. And I'm holding strong with that. And just the loving intent of this is just that I am good enough and I am capable and, I'm worthy, just no different than anybody else. So that's kind of what I feel. How do I feel about the person I've become today because of this experience? I'm stronger. I've been tested, I've been cheated, I've been lied to, I've had death, I've had, miscarriages, like I've been through a lot. But to me, they are heavy. It's heavy experiences. They're traumas to my life. But you know what? I'm coming out stronger. And the funny part is, guys, it's like the past, it does weigh down on us so much, but it does not need to. So, and this closure, what I'm going to do is I got to go reach that 26-year-old. She raised her hand today, and she's helping me. She's helping me dig out this bullshit. And so I want to envision myself of just her being my best friend and just going and giving her a hug like I haven't seen her in a while and just thank her, because she held on to this for a long time and she had to fight through it, and I'm proud of her. I'm really fucking proud of her. So I'm just giving her a big hug. And I'm just kind of imagining the both of us like maturing back into me as right now and just holding strong. I'm holding strong. The situation's holding strong. I'm good enough. That's holding strong. I am worthy. I am valuable. I am safe. I can put myself out there. Like, I feel a huge shift right now. So I just am going to test. Did I speak out feelings? Yes. Did I do my clearing? Yes. Role plays over and my process is complete. I'm just going to test 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. I'm holding 100% strong right now. My chest doesn't feel heavy anymore. You see tears, but this is like love tears. It's healing. This is me shifting energy, and I'm okay with my tears. I'm not weak. I'm a strong motherfucker. So don't judge me on that. You know what I mean? So some people make you feel less than, but no. I mean, why does a cloud, rain? It just needs to release, and that's what I did. I let this go. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there and being a part of this and being willing to just learn about it. And hopefully, I will have my page up if you guys ever want to schedule something or give it a try. I mean, I would love to help. That's what I'm here for. I'm God's child, and you know what I mean? We all get stuck. We all are human. There's nothing better, and I'm just here. I'm here with love. So thank you for watching, guys. Again, this is Kelly with Life is a Process, and if you have any questions, please reach out to me.